Hey, how's it going? It's Joe. It's about 9 p.m. and I just got off the BTS at Saladeng. This is Siloam, and the MRT also meets here at Saladeng, although I don't know where. I've only rode it here once or twice, but I think it's MRT Siloam. The Patpong old red light district is up here, as well as the Tanaya, is that how you pronounce it? Walking Street, affectionately known as Little Tokyo. It's a hot spot for Japanese businessmen and karaoke bars. So we'll wander around the neighborhood. I'm going to find something to eat and maybe have a beer at, I forget what it's called. It's a either an Irish or British pub over there near Patpong. Let's check it out. The old tomato noodle. Can't get much tighter than that lunch counter. I'm not sure what this place is. Love of my life, a little shop of your life. So here's the Walking Street. It's a whole lot of karaoke places and all. Kind of cool. Young ladies sit out front and try to get you to come in, go upstairs, hang out, get a bottle of whiskey. Little Tokyo here in Bangkok. And I'm trying to be a little discreet, even holding a phone like this. I'm getting a lot of lasers pointed at me, laser pens, so I don't think they really appreciate it. But this is a quick pick. Tanaya Walking Street. Again, it's I think it's about 9 p.m. on a Thursday. So once again, young ladies just standing out front, and the Japanese, mostly Japanese guys, I see some Thai guys too, or maybe these are Korean gentlemen, just walk up the middle of the street and they're all, come in, come in, come in. Well, it's pretty good time. Now that's a fancy Burger King across the way. You can buy $3 Chanel purses or $2 Santa Cruz skateboard t-shirts. Anything you want here, and there's guys like this that are trying to get you into their clubs to see things done with ping pong balls you never imagined. So this is it, the Patpong night market. It's actually a really good morning market too. I've been down here, I don't know why, at 7 in the morning, and it's just crazy food. This is a really good bar. I've stayed in here a couple of times. Shenanigans, good live music. It's either the Bangkok Beatles or just the Beatles every Friday. I might go in there and get a bite to eat. Just wander around the street for a little bit. So I'm not going to be able to show too much, not that I'd want to anyhow. It's just disrespectful, I believe, but YouTube will just shut you down. But this Patpong is just a series of like little alleys and all kinds of strip clubs and that kind of thing, massage places. But unlike Nana, which is like a big building, 3 floors of there's a rat running around. It's 3 floors of red light area. Here it's old school, just spread out. Here's some authentic $10 Nikes. Yeah. Fake Ray-Bans. You'll find anything at these markets in Bangkok. Ah, shoot, this is where I was heading, the paddy field. Looks like it's closed up, but hopefully it's just a remodel. It's right next to the Foodland supermarket, which is a 24-hour market if you want to stay down in this Saladeng area. There's another Foodland over in the Nana area. I believe it's also 24 hours. And again, just a bunch of bars. This is actually kind of a lot of gay bars. Dream Boy, Hot Mail. Also up near the Foodland is the Patpong Museum. They just have the history of this red light area and this area in general, going back I don't know how far, right to the 50s, I'd guess. Here's the King's Castle. Young ladies trying to get people to go in and hang out. And here's a little beer garden. You got the Singan man, and right here's the Chong guy. Hang out, eat some good food, drink some beer. Here's more of the night market. I don't like people that are rude to the locals. These guys are just, and ladies, they're just trying to get you to come into their different businesses. I just always give them a smile and no thank you, and they smile back. The other people that just ignore them, and I don't know, that's uncalled for. It takes about 1 second to just say, hey, no thank you. So I don't understand why more people don't do that. Here's the Superstar. It's not open tonight. The King's Castle, and I think there's a King's Castle. That says King Castle 1. I think there's a 2. I've never really partied in these different, I'll call them go-go bars. So I don't really know. This is Radio City. And again, I'm trying to be discreet, or YouTube just shuts you right down. Now up this little alley over here is a bunch of smaller bars. See, like these guys, they're just trying to get you to come into their different places. I don't know I don't fully understand what's going on. I think maybe they get something small, like 20 baht if they bring in a couple of people or something. Again, I'm making all these things up. This alley down here is another, we'll walk down there. It's a bunch of smaller bars, like that Paddy Field I went to earlier. I was in there years ago. It was getting pretty loud over here. I was in there years ago, and it looks like it went under. This is the Bada Bing. I think they got more speakers outside than they do in. And I guess this is the Crown Royal bar, or Crown Royale. And over here is the Patpong Museum, which I do not think is open at 10:30 at night. And here's the Foodland. I'm getting pretty hungry though, so I'm gonna duck into Shenanigans, get a beer, get a bite to eat. You can't go anywhere in Thailand without hearing John Denver, the Eagles. Hey, the guy's singing it nice. So pretty nice bar, this Fitzgerald's. Just good hangout. It's not super close to my condo, non-nude, but sometimes I'm over in this part of town. Started me up a Tiger and a spicy Thai beef salad, as you do in an Irish pub. I see Budweiser on tap, Stella, a bunch of German beers. I think they're German. My eyesight's not too good from here. And of course they're gonna have Guinness. I see Guinness down the way. These are the towers of beer. That's the Heineken. A lot of guys, these guys have a Singha tower. That's not a bad way to go when you got a pretty good group. So that's looking pretty good. Australian beef or New Zealand beef you'll find on the menus over here. Thai beef, not so good. I've had it. It's not that much cheaper, and it's just a little tougher. So many of these places that are charging 350 baht for an Australian beef burger, yeah, pay the extra 120 baht. It's worth it. The pint was 150 baht, and in a lot of places, just a bottle of beer is 140 baht. In Bangkok, anyhow. If you want a deal, you need to go off to Pattaya, and there you'll find 60 and 80 baht beers, but not so much here in Bangkok unless it's happy hour. Little David Bowie's playing on the jukebox, and there's a folk tale around this Patpong area. David Bowie in 1983 came to tour I think it was the Let's Dance tour, and he was running all around Patpong checking out this area. But there are pictures of him running around Patpong in '83. All over Twitter in the past couple of days is Conan's in town. I guess he has a new HBO Max show, and Conan Without Borders or something like that, and he's running around Bangkok, Thailand. Looks like a couple ladies getting ready to play on guitar. I just love this city, man. I love Bangkok. There's just so many weird things going on. Even this area, I don't know the entire story. I should learn my history, but I think the CIA had a headquarters not far from here. And I think the original 7-Eleven was also in Thailand anyhow, was also in this area. There's just so much history in this Patpong area, and strange stories going back way before the CIA, the OSS. There was a guy named Jim Thompson, and I've toured his house twice. It's beautiful. He took 5, I think, old teak homes and combined them into one beautiful home with a garden central. And it's over by National Stadium if you want to take the Jim Thompson tour. He was an OSS officer, again, before the CIA, and he was running around Southeast Asia. He was a big art collector, and he came up mysteriously missing on an art hunt, I guess. There's all kinds of rumor that he was in disagreement with the Vietnam conflict. So maybe somebody took him out. I don't know, but I don't think he was ever found. He's also responsible for the silk industry here in Thailand. He was up in the hills where they wove the silk from hundreds of years ago, and he brought samples of it back to New York City, and they put it on Elizabeth Taylor for the movie The King and I, and he just kind of started Thai silk, the industry, again. And I think they even made him an honorary Thai citizen. So there's all kinds of cool stories like that here in Bangkok. Not going back that far, but even just characters sitting in this bar. They could be all kinds of weird guys, maybe including myself. Great little pub over here in the Patpong area. I think if I lived over here, I'd be in there a lot. In fact, I might still go in there quite a few more times. It's worth the trip. They have a what do you call it, a quiz night on Tuesday. Trivia is kind of a big deal over here in the bars. They'll just be packed and everybody having a good time. In a lot of places, you have to reserve a table for the different trivia nights, what they call a quiz night over here. And that was a really good, spicy beef Thai salad. I had to have 3 pints to neutralize the effects. That's the story I'm going with. Leather goods are a deal here in Thailand, so you can get some nice handmade belts and different things like that. But $20 Rolex watches, no, that's probably going to last a couple of days. All the tuk-tuk guys hanging out here at the entrance and exits to Patpong. Just be real careful. Make sure everybody's on the same page as to what it's going to cost. And no, shall we say, side trips. A lot of these tuk-tuk guys will. If you say, I want to go from here to there, you'll end up at their brother-in-law's bar. No extra charge, but he might get, I don't know, a little kickback for bringing in 3 farangs into the bar. So just keep all that in mind, have a good time, and yeah, go for a little tuk-tuk ride. It's going to be one of the more expensive ways to get around town, but it's probably one of the funnest. And if you really want to look like a tourist, the elephant pants. Rush right over here, get a pair of elephant pants put on, and you'll let everybody know you're a tourist, because that's kind of the unofficial moniker, I guess, of the tourists are back in town when the elephant pants are running around. So there's a lot of go-go bars in the area. Go-go bars are behind closed doors. Beer bars are more like an open bar. And there's no shortage of street food anywhere in Bangkok, including here in Patpong. They take these little tiny pineapples and just magically carve them into these little tiny tangerine-sized deals and make some really good pineapple juice. And that's the durian. Some say that's one of the stinkier fruits in the world. Little tiny pineapples. But it makes some good sweet juice. Meat on a stick, 30 baht, so less than $1. Oh no, thank you. And here we are. We're at the end of the Patpong and back on Siloam. And from what little I understand, this Siloam area is more a business area compared to Sukhumvit. Well, there's business going on over there too, but this is where you're going to find all the headquarters of the banks and all. And here's a guy. Hopefully he's just watering the plants and not spraying some kind of insecticide or something. I'm guessing that's just water. It's so hot over here. They probably don't have a sprinkler system. Just this fire truck at 11 at night takes care of things. And that's a quick look at the Patpong street food night market. Just some different restaurants and coffee shops here on Siloam, right around Patpong. And that's the BTS right there. BTS Saladang is not even 1 block away. And then I think a little further is the MRT. And I believe it's the Siloam line or Siloam station. I'm not an MRT expert. I'm always on the BTS. I'm on the MRT once every couple of weeks. And here we are back at Saladang BTS. I'm going to walk a little further and try to find the Siloam BTS. I think they're attached. This is an air-conditioned bus. The other old school kind of school buses, they're not air-conditioned and cheaper. I don't know what the air-conditioned buses are because rarely do I get on a bus, but when I do, it's the next one that pulls up, and it's normally the old school with all the windows down. They're cheap. I think 12 baht, so maybe 20 baht for the air-conditioned. But I don't know. Again, that's cheap too. So thanks for following along on my little walk around Saladang and the Patpong area. If you're interested in these looks around Bangkok, this is where I live. Consider subscribing. I'd appreciate it.